my name is Julianna and I've been living in my SUV for the past 6 months. It's a 2009 Ford Escape. At the moment now I'm moving across the country. So I have built my own platform. I did a platform out of storage bins. I didn't want to do a permanent build because I found that I didn't want to modify my vehicle. I still want to be able to use it as a normal SUV again. I just simply took out the bottom of the seats, which I've stored in my roof box. So if I decide later I want to have passengers, I can still put the seats back in and have a 5-passenger vehicle. In order to get up to my roof box, I have one of these little flip things so I can reach everything that's up there. So the whole platform is made of the storage bins, which is nice because it's totally flat. And then I found that I just kind of stuff things in, like clothes, other things underneath where I could reach it easily. This is the highest I've ever had my platform. So if you obviously can't go any higher than this, but in the past I have slept like right on the very bottom of my car if I'm just going for a short trip. I just use an air mattress. It's a twin size air mattress. Actually sewed also some sheets that fit perfectly on it. Right now is my fall setup, so I use the blankets and then I put also a sleeping bag in between the blankets to make it a little bit more comfy for the cooler weather. I chose to live nomadically about 5 years ago. I was traveling all over Latin America and Europe, but then I decided that I would buy the SUV and travel across Canada because it would be a more affordable way to travel and visit my own country. And sort of just, go at my own pace and, take things slow and visit the places that I want to visit and have, total freedom. I have traveled across Canada hitchhiking and also taking buses and flights as well, but I find that you actually get a lot more freedom in terms of traveling by overland than you do, with other types of itineraries. And you can sort of decide, in the moment, just say, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go somewhere new, just get in your car and drive. And it's been great for flexibility and affordability too. It's been actually way more affordable than I thought it would be. I also sewed some bug screens for my windows, which is something that I made as well. So these just attach on like this. Obviously you roll the window down first and you just attach these on. So I actually studied fashion design, so I love to do sewing and stuff. So that's what I sort of came up with, this contraption on my own, so that I could open up the windows and have also like a little bit waterproof at the top, so that even if I need to open the windows just to crack if it's raining, the fabric is like water resistant. I also found that if I needed to be able to reach stuff, I could just lift up the bed and reach things underneath, which was nice and handy. I also have in here my window covers, so I made these. I actually just bought, everybody's all about the Reflectix, but I actually just bought like a car cover shade, like that. So I haven't tried them yet. Now that the weather's getting colder, I'm going to try them with the cooler weather and see if it tends to reflect the heat back in. But I like to look out the window when I'm sleeping so that I can see, if I'm in the forest or something and I can see. I don't use them unless I'm in a place where I really need to hide. But the nice thing about it is that you really can't see through. It's super black. So with the SUV, it's super easy to blend in. Nobody even barely notices unless I start opening all the back doors and they see my bed in the back. Last night I stayed at this site that I found on iOverlander. And so many other people with vans or bigger vehicles were saying oh my gosh, no, there wasn't any room to get in. There was too many low branches. Even with my roof box on top, I was able to get into places. I've been up in Crownland campsites where there's a gravel road. I've been following logging roads. And I find that it's super easy with my SUV. I haven't had any problems at all. So I just keep the front normal, and then if I'm in a hiking parking lot, I just throw a hiking pack up front. So it's people would just think, oh, the person's probably just gone hiking or whatever. They're not gonna look into my car and see if I'm sleeping in there. Before I had the window covers, somebody was totally parked beside me. It was 7 or 8 a.m. and they just got out of the car and they're like, oh, somebody's sleeping in there. And I was like, oh, I need window covers so badly. So that's when I decided to make these. I have my bike rack, which is nice when I'm camping. It's nice to get around the campsites. I get so many compliments on my bike just because of the color. It looks really cute. And then over here, I keep most of my food and cooking supplies. I have a bear barrel because I usually do a lot of canoe camping and backcountry camping. So behind the driver's seat, I keep all my toiletries. If I want to take a shower, I just grab this super easy mesh bag, throw everything in it. Adjusting to living in a small space was not really something new for me. Prior to this, I lived out of a backpack. So that was a very small amount of clothing, shoes, accessories, belongings. Now, of course, I kind of upgraded when I got the car. And it was funny because when I was shopping for a car, I told people, like, I'm really just looking for a backpack with wheels that I can put everything in, and now it fits my snowboard, my snowshoes, my skates, my camping gear. Like, I have an inflatable kayak as well. So it's really just like a really big backpack. So adjusting was not that hard for me. I've always been sort of a free spirit, just go where I feel like, travel around. It just made it a lot easier with the car. So this I find was actually a scrapbook box for like scrapbooking supplies, but it actually was the perfect size because I could put all my utensils in the top. And you can pull that out, throw it on a picnic table or whatever you have, you know, forks, knives, everything you need. Then in the bottom, I tend to keep all my dishes, pots, pans, everything in there. And this is super easy because it comes with a handle. So I can go to a picnic area, just grab the whole thing, carry it with me over to a picnic table, make lunch, dinner, whatever. I have just a small camp stove. It's butane. And then I have just a little pot set like this. So it's the backcountry gear that I already had. I didn't buy anything special. I just kind of used what I already had and that worked. And then these things fit nicely on the side where I can easily pull them in and out when I need to. And I'll show you how I get into my bed is through this seat. Basically just climb right in, straight in, and put my head at the back. Now that I have my head at the front, I have to then turn myself around. So it's a little bit awkward. So I just sort of do like a 180 turn. And I realize there probably is better ways of getting into bed, but I just find this works best for me, and then I can, you know, be nice and cozy there. Like I said, I don't have a lot of headroom with the platform the way that it is, but it works for me for now. So that's that. Yeah, I don't know, the bed's pretty comfy, even though it's an air mattress. I kind of considered getting a foam mat, but again, I'm just using what I have, so I didn't really want to have to buy something special. A couple of times, like, I will accidentally hit the horn, which is super annoying, especially if I'm camping next to other people. So I have to be more careful and mindful of that. The biggest challenge for me, I think, has been, for sure, living out of a car is challenging in itself. I'm not really a car person. So in terms of like figuring out, you know, if there's something wrong with the vehicle or something, that's a big worry for me. I did have some car trouble where I had to have my car in the shop for a few days, but luckily I was at home and I was able to stay with family when that happened. So that hasn't really been a challenge on the road, but I'd say for sure, actually the biggest challenge for me has been being alone. Being an extrovert, I constantly love to be around people. Traveling abroad, it's been so easy to meet others and, you know, just sort of share a part of your trip with other people. You know, you go to a hostel, you see other people. Doing this has been different because even though, you know, other van lifers are super approachable and you can talk to them, some of them just want to be on their own. They don't want to hang out, you know, and that's totally fine. So I find that, you know, it depends, right? So for me, just being alone has been challenging, but I think, you know, having a bit of alone time is always good for anybody. So I'm getting over that. I have my solar lights. So I bought these at IKEA. So I just try to charge those. I have 3 of them. So if they die, having a spare one works. Yeah, so all my clothing is packed in packing cubes according to different outfit choices. So I have like a couple tops that would go with jeans, a couple tops that would go with leggings, and then I pack them sort of like each bag is packed for like say about a week's worth of clothes or so, or maybe a couple days worth of clothes. And then so I can easily just pull them out and get what I need. I had a couple of packing cubes that came with my luggage, and then I also made a couple of these as well. So I just sewed these with zipper, and it's easy to find all the clothes that you need. And I have like, you know, all my shoes are sort of in there. I have some gold sneakers, some boots, running shoes, hiking shoes, sandals, everything, and I just keep them all down there because I find it's quick and easy to grab. I would recommend it to anybody who feels like, you know, they could, you know, kind of explore a little bit more and I mean, given that I've had travel experience in the past, I think that definitely helped. Just being able to sort of go with the flow and make a plan each day and sort of sporadically make decisions. I mean, at the same time, you could totally plan out your itinerary and have a very specific way of going about it. I mean, I think for somebody who's just getting started in this, my advice would be to just use what you've got. You know, for me especially, having an SUV was an easy way for me to get started at a very low cost. And yeah, and just sort of go with it, and then, you know, try something. If that doesn't work, try something else, right? I try to park near bathrooms. This summer was great because all the provincial parks had free day use Monday to Thursday. So I would go in with a day pass and just go for a hike or whatever and then take a shower. And they always had nice hot running water showers at the provincial parks. If they hadn't had free day use, I would have probably bought a parks pass for Ontario parks. Because that would have been really great value. Now that the free days of the summer are over, or if it's a weekend, I'll either pay or just find a public swimming pool or a public bathroom. This morning, for example, I just went to Tim Hortons, got a couple baby wipes, wiped myself off, brushed my teeth, changed my clothes, and sort of did like a quick sort of shower. I mean, when you're camping, it's one thing. But then other times I'll try to find showers, like whether it'll be at truck stops or whatever. I haven't done that yet, because I've always sort of done the provincial parks, but when the parks close, I'll have to figure that out. I'm also maybe considering trying a gym membership, but it's expensive, but it's cheaper than paying for showers. So yeah. In the nighttime, I'll just like pee in the forest. You know, like it's fine. Just squat, whatever, it's fine. But in the daytime, I just drive to a bathroom. Usually I'm not that far from somewhere. If I need to use the toilet, there's usually one around. I chose to live in an SUV because it was a lot more affordable on gas, and I was able to buy the car with cash up front. So this was a really good option for me as a solo traveler. I think the biggest adjustment was really figuring out, you know, like how could van life really work for me, because there are many different versions of it and many different things that people do. Some people like to just stay in the city and, you know, do their own thing and work a 9-to-5 job and then sleep in their car at night. For me, that wouldn't work, right? And I've always been successful in finding places to live for temporary periods of time. So this is, again, I was planning on it just being something temporary, and we'll see how long it goes. And I never owned a vehicle before this. This is my first car. So for me to just sort of open my mind to like vehicle ownership, and then on top of that, seeing all the freedom that it gave me, like, you know, if I'm upset or I don't feel like being somewhere, I can just get in my car and drive and go somewhere else. And like, okay, or I don't like the weather, like, okay, let's drive until we see something different, you know, or like the scenery. So it's been amazing, yeah, I have to say. So that's a big question that I get a lot, is that how do you afford to travel? So I realized about 5 years ago that I didn't want to live a regular lifestyle. I didn't want to just work forever and die. So I started saving up money. So I would just take like a certain amount of money and travel until the money would run out. So my first trip, you know, was backpacking abroad, and then, you know, I would come back and work for work a couple contracts, make some money, save up, just live very frugally, and then, you know, hit the road again. Yeah, I did actually have a period of time where I invited a friend to travel with me, and then I ended up still doing all the activities that I wanted to do alone while she just kind of chilled. So then I kind of was like, I came to terms with it. I was like, you know what? I can be alone, that's fine, I can enjoy it. And whenever I feel alone, I can just call somebody or talk to a friend or whatever. And then, yeah, there's always other people out there. It's just a matter of finding them and figuring out how to interact with others and sort of see that, yeah, like sharing a campsite, you know, sometimes you show up and you see somebody else is there, you say, oh, can I park here? And then you hang out with people and it's nice. If I could travel with somebody else, that'd be great, but I don't know anybody who wants to do this, so I'm just doing it on my own for now. My personal philosophy on life is to just sort of enjoy each day. You know, life is too short. I mean, like, so many people will say to me, like, oh my God, Julianna, I want to live the way that you're living. I'm like, okay, go for it, you know, why not? enjoy it, you know, do what you love, you know, like do what you love, and then, you know, the money will come. You know, you're gonna find something that other people enjoy. If it's something that you enjoy doing, others are gonna pay you for that. You know, most of the jobs that I've actually found, I realize, people hired me because of who I am as a person, not because of my skills or my abilities, but just simply because of my personality and who I am, and I'm a fun person to be around, I guess. So people just, you know, feed off that energy, and I got opportunities, and it was great. So I'd say for the most part, you know, it's not that hard to make a decision. I think, you know, taking the first step, you know, towards doing it, taking action, because, you know, you can sit around and plan and think and make decisions and research and everything, but then at the same time, you really will learn more about it when you just start doing it. You know, just go for a weekend trip, pack up your car, throw an air mattress in there, go for a weekend trip, come home, decide what works, what doesn't, figure it out, right? So yeah, I would say, you know, I'm very much like a live in the moment kind of person. I very much enjoy just sort of, you know, take each day as it comes. So of course, naturally, this works really well with that.
Hey everybody, I'm Forrest the filmmaker, the person behind the video that you just watched. If you enjoyed that and want to check out more alternative dwellings, we have a playlist popping up that is all the episodes that we've ever done. There's van tours, tiny home tours, sailboats, off-grid, garden tours, all sorts of cool stuff. So check that out. Thanks for watching, hit subscribe. We'll see you on the next episode.